On today's video, I'm going to talk about a bunch of free and helpful stuff you can get on the GED's own website. I think most people, when they think about preparing for the test, they think about, I don't know, getting a test prep book or watching YouTube videos or joining classes. All those things are good and useful and helpful. But the GED has provided a pretty great resource, if you know where to look, to help you get prepared for this test. So I'm going to go over the stuff I think is most helpful and most free on the website. So here it is. This is the GED's very own website. I should point out this is the American English version. If you visit one of the other sites, it will look different. So it's similar, but not the same. We're going to talk about these two things. You don't even have to sign up or create an account before you can access some of the useful information indicated by these red arrows. So let's look at what's available right off the bat. There's a lot of good information about the test. If you're just starting out and you don't really know what to expect, this will tell you. Go through all these things. It'll tell you what's on each test, how long the tests are, how much it costs, all that kind of stuff. If you look at the study tab, most of these things cost you money. Most of these are GED products they're trying to sell you. And I'm not really going to get into whether they're worth it, although one of them, the practice test, that's the Ready test, costs $7 for each test. And I actually made a whole video trying to convince people to take this test. It's really useful. You can find coupons online for half off. Do that. I think it's worth the money for sure. Then there's GED classes. You can look for classes before you even create a GED account. These classes are sometimes free. The one where I teach is free. If you are under 21 and live near Denver, then come join my class. And there might be free ones near you too. There also might be paid ones that might be worth it. But you can access that right here. The test previews, which we'll get into later, are 100%, I think, the most useful thing on this whole website. There's different ways you could access it. One of them is just to click on test preview. You can just try all 4 subjects right off the bat, see how you do. All right. Really, though, in order to get most of the stuff that's useful, you're going to need to sign up with a GED account. And you're going to need to do this anyway. You can't get a GED without creating a GED account. That's how it works. So this is what it looks like once you are in the system, once you have logged in. It looks a little different. Yours might look a little different because these are basically ads on my page for GED Plus and taking tests online. And I could get a clean energy job. That's pretty cool. All right, so let's look at the study page here. There was a study page on the main page before you logged in, but it looks pretty similar, although fancier, I guess. And 6 of these things you've seen before. These are the products that they're trying to sell you, that they create themselves. Let's look at the preview the test. That was the practice tests that was on that first page. On this page, there's this computer tutorial. This will sort of show you how the test functions, how it works. So you can kind of like get the lay of the land. If you're an anxious test taker, it might be helpful to like feel confident that you know what the test is going to look like. It's okay. I don't think it's like a waste of your time, but it's not super helpful. This, however, the free practice tests, do all of these tests. These are super helpful. It's the best free tool that they give you. This is a screenshot from their math test that looks just like the real test. These are real questions made by the GED. You won't get more authentic questions than this. I actually made a bunch of videos going through all of these tests where I like think aloud and try to like explain how to think about each of these questions. I guess that's like a kind of product placement for my own videos. Maybe I'll link to those in the description. But regardless, you can see here up at the top left, they give you the answers to all of these and they explain them. Not wonderfully, but they do. So not only can you test to see what the GED is like, you can also like learn and get better because of what they're offering you. All right. There's also this study materials page, and this is kind of like a good introduction. Maybe do this before you do the practice tests. It'll take you, this is the math, about the math test. They have this study guide here, which is great. They sort of like track your progress. You can see I've completed the intro and I'm 6 out of 10 on the basic math. It will take you through all these things. They'll give you more practice questions, which is like the best thing, more practice, more practice. This is the test that we just saw. This will take you, that's like another pathway to get to the same place. Most of these other things are just GED products, and then there's the local classes, which is sometimes free and sometimes not. Let's look at more. There's not a ton of helpfulness here that's free. The test tips are okay. Here's what they look like. If you're, again, like kind of anxious and you want to know like everything that's going on, it's good to know these things. So you can go explore here. The last thing I want to talk about, and then I will let you get on with your day, is here under your own account, under like the settings. If you go here and you look at accommodations. Now, this is a very specific kind of helpful thing. Not everyone qualifies for accommodations. And what accommodations are basically are you've had some difficulty that's been documented in the past, or you can get like a doctor to document them. And the GED will give you extra stuff. Usually that's in the form of extra time so that you can take a test. And instead of it taking 90 minutes, it'll take twice as long, or it'll take, 50% longer. It's really helpful, and if you're entitled to it, you should get it. So once you're logged in, click on accommodations. It will take you to this page. I'm not going to go through how to sign up for accommodations. That's actually a very long and tedious process. I plan to make a video on how to do it because it's really kind of a pain to navigate this stuff. But just know that like if you've ever had something like an IEP or a 504, if you know what those are, if you don't worry about it, or you've been diagnosed by a doctor with like ADHD, that kind of stuff, then you can apply for extra time or other kinds of accommodations, like a separate room, or it depends on what your needs are. Okay, that's it. That's my quick tour of the GED webpage. There's really good stuff in there that you can access for free, and you should. The last tip, as always, is to like and subscribe to all my videos. Thanks for watching, etc., etc. Good luck, everyone.